There's 4 things you need to have or own to be considered a Cape Townian city slicker. An insatiable desire to drink turbidor coffee, an iPhone, a Kiwi jacket which I can't afford, and a Jimny. Welcome to my review of the 4-door Jimny. But today we don't just have a normal Jimny, no, we have the 5-door AllGrip. And rather than testing it out on the main streets of Greenpoint and seeing what shopping we can do at the V&A, we'll take this baby on a proper 4x4 trail just to get a feel of it and really put the system to work. And that's why we're out in beautiful Gabbro, just outside of Cape Town, about an hour's drive east, to take this Jimny on some 4x4 trails. Look, nothing tricky. We've taken the easiest route that is offered here, because I'm no expert and I've only been 4x4ing maybe twice, and that was with a coach and everything. So I'm not really putting the Jimny through what I would call an extreme course, but I think this is still pretty challenging for it. So let's see how it does. So while we're on the outside, let's talk about the exterior of the 5-door Jimny. Look, there's nothing much to say. It's a Jimny with just 2 extra doors on the side, but I do like the inclusion of these really cool wheels, and you get some amazing additional features and options that you can possibly put onto it. For instance, you get a new skid plate, you can get a different colored grille, and look, I love this color. It's like a very deep navy blue. I know a lot of guys go for that neon green and whatnot, but this blue really shines well in the sun. Well, that's all I have to say about the styling. We all know what a Jimny looks like, so come on, let's head back onto the road. This has the same engine as the 3-door with a 1.5 liter naturally aspirated engine pushing out about 75 kilowatts. And this comes in an option of either a manual 5-speed or an automatic 4-speed, which is this model here. Look, 75 kilowatts is not a lot, so don't expect to go anywhere fast. But I think for what the Jimny is built for and for the people it attracts, it's more than enough. The biggest feature on the inside is not the 9-inch infotainment system, but this knob right here. This is the Drivetrain selector. So let me explain the different modes you get. We're on the road and the Drivetrain is set at 2H, which basically puts all of the power into the rear wheels. And this is way better for your day-to-day driving on tar roads, as this is more efficient and more economical. And this is where you would keep your Jimny most of the time, unless you live on like a farm or a plot or whatever. Now, 4H is where the fun really begins. So how it works is it basically distributes the power between all 4 wheels. It's ideal for locations and I guess trails with slippery and maybe uneven terrains. 4L is where the AllGrip system really shines. Whoop. There we go. Come on. Ah, yeah. Ooh. And that's what I'm currently using. And again, I'm not super experienced, but if this is the easy, I can't imagine what the hard and the super hard route looks like. But like I was saying, that's where 4L really shines. It's basically made for the toughest of tough terrains, basically sending all the torque and all the power to all 4 wheels at a lower speed, ensuring you can get up through any incline and any terrain you throw in front of the Jimny. Oh yeah, just made it. Yeah, no, I really love this route. I think if I ever am blessed enough to own a Boxy or a 4x4, maybe a Jimny, I will definitely bring it back here. Recording. Yeah. So this is handheld phone footage, but we underestimated the amount of time it would take us to shoot and to actually climb through this path, but it was way trickier than I expected. This descent was crazy, but I'm super glad to actually see the Jimny handle that like a champion. Like, I had some doubts. I thought, you know what, extra length in the wheelbase might be a bit of a thing or a stickler, but no, man, this Jimny is a very underrated 4x4. Like, I understand why a lot of people have them, but I don't think a lot of people are using the Jimny to its full potential. And this was the easiest route. I can't imagine how it would tackle maybe the intermediate route. So yeah, look, I'm not gonna lie, I forgot to shoot a lot of my review, but yeah, I'm gonna take it back to my place and we'll go through some of the footage and I'll talk about the Jimny there. So okay, so we're back in my apartment, and basically what happened yesterday was we just ran out of time because we were having so much fun with the Jimny, and this is probably going to be the weirdest part of the review for you, but it is what it is. Here we are, let's continue. I wanted to talk about the interior. It's very basic, very minimalistic, and honestly very utilitarian. It has a few comforts such as 2 cup holders, a USB-A charging point, Android Auto and CarPlay on a 9-inch touch system, as well as auto climate control. But those last 2 things are only on the GLX model. Honestly, it feels like a lovely cabin. It's just very narrow. The door is right against you, and I honestly didn't like that. But there was a lot of space above my head, and I loved that bit. I just wish Suzuki would have incorporated a sunroof. I think that would have made the Jimny 100%. Anyway, let's go over to the handling and the comforts of the car. You're gonna shoot me for this, but I didn't find the car all that comfortable on the road. You'll get away with a long distance trip, you know, it's that comfortable, but I expected a bit more. And honestly, I think 2 things affect: one, its comfort, and its handling. It's the soft suspension and the height. There's a lot of body roll that's introduced into the car, and when you're taking corners at a decent speed, you can honestly feel yourself being swung around. Then again, on the other side of that fence, it handled so well on the 4x4 trail. Like, it took it like a champ. I am not lying, guys. This car was built for that. So if you're looking for a car to go around exploring our beautiful country, or basically wherever the Jimny is sold, it's your #1 pick, or it should be your #1 pick. But if you're looking for an everyday car with a bit more size and a bit more practicality, well, it's kind of so-so. Look, if you're a Jimny owner in Cape Town, please don't come after me. I'm just saying it as how I feel. But that being said, I loved that it had such a great amount of approach angle. Like, I took on a hectic incline and it handled like a champ. The suspension, I didn't beat it up or anything. It just worked. It felt like it wasn't even straining. It felt like it could take on more. So in summary, I would not want to get into a wrestling match with any Jimny owner, because just like the car, they are built different. And with that, I conclude my review of the Jimny, and it's been a pleasure to drive this car. If you are an explorer by heart, or actually just want to start adventuring out, it's a solid car, and it has deep roots in the South African market. So you'll never be left alone. You'll always find a community of enthusiasts, and that really builds onto the family that Suzuki has introduced with the Jimny. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.